Hi Aquarius! I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. My name is Gabriella. For anybody new tuning in, I channel as well as interpret the tarot cards intuitively. So what I'm seeing immediately is that you may be stuck on the puzzle right now a little bit, maybe having a hard time like sorting through something. You could be confused about something. This can be going on the emotional front. It can also be going on energetically for you. It's like, it's a moment where it would feel so much easier if something were very clear, and it is like quite the opposite of that right now. And so you may feel in a way like you don't have space to move. It's like all around you. I'm seeing it be in a way like you're in a field, right? And there are some areas of the field that it would maybe not be beneficial to you to step on, and there's like fog all around you, and you're in a moment where, because the fog is around you, you're not going to be able to tell like whether, you're not going to be able to determine like whether or not the space that you're stepping in is the right one, metaphorically speaking, in a grand sense. And so this is about taking a moment to pause, and rather than feeling like this is the time to be taking action, this is a moment to sit with yourself until something is more sorted out. Because it can cause even like more intensity when it comes to the frustration that we feel if like we don't have a sense of clarity, and it's like trying to do all of these things to like gain a sense of clarity, gain a sense of understanding. It's like you get like this unclear answer maybe from like a tarot reading, or like however it is that you check in with your guides or whatever, and it's like it's because it's meant to be like that right now. Like you're being given all the information that you're meant to have, but you may be in a space where like you wish that there were more clarity. However, like there not being clarity for something, or there being confusion or like mixed feelings, like that's just as much a message as like a clear message, you know? And it's a message to pause and reflect, and like don't make any sudden moves right now. You're going to get connected with something, and it's going to be like, I'm seeing even like a rope or a string be like thrown at you, and you're going to be able to follow the lead of that. It's like this thing that you get connected with. Little Page of Cups. What's your intuition telling you? What are your emotions telling you? What's your body telling you? Sometimes it can also help to talk to yourself as if you're another person and be like, what are you feeling right now? Like, what are you experiencing right now? Talk to yourself like you would a close friend and see what's going on. Because something is present, something is coming up, something is available. It's just a matter of tuning in and listening to it. Tuning in, listening to it. Listen to how you feel. Don't take action yet. It's a time to reflect. It's a time to sit. I'm seeing it be, like, the advice is also for you to be still right now, because, like, if you engage further in something, it's going to create more of this. It's going to create more fog. And you taking this time to connect with yourself, to reflect, to meditate, it's going to help you see what was blocking you. I'm seeing some, like, quite a heavy block here with the Seven of Cups and also the Devil. And this is like even feeling blinded by something, like, until you, I'm hearing recede from it. It's like while you're in the midst of doing it, you can't really see what's going on, so you have to pull yourself back from it to be able to look at it, like, more objectively. Because whatever you need to see, it's like, you know it, you're aware of this. There's just something causing, like, fogginess or haziness. The trip about this, though, is that, like, to have the Devil here, it may not be something obvious to you. It's like you know this, and, like, this is why you're being guided to, like, check in and reflect, because it's like when you do, I'm hearing it again, like, concede, recede. When you pull back from this thing, you're going to be able to connect with the High Priestess and see what this is for you. However, when you're in it, you're not going to be able to see. And it, again, like, because of the Devil being here and also the Seven of Cups, this is not something necessarily obvious. And that's why it's, like, even more important to, like, pull yourself back from it. And then you're going to be able to take action. By pulling back, it allows you to, like, float on the emotional experience rather than emotional, energetic experience, rather than, like, flailing and drowning in the water. How you'll know what this is that if there's something going on that you don't feel confident about and that doesn't feel clear to you, and you may be, like, questioning your choices, questioning your moves, like, second guessing yourself, feeling like something doesn't really make sense, or there's, like, even a lack of understanding. And by you, again, like, pausing on this, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do within this situation. How about that? 2 Aquarian cards. There can also be a new way that you're doing things. A new way that you're going to be doing something. I feel like this energy is moving so slowly. Maybe you even feel like, I wonder if this is related to the Mars retrograde. You may feel in a way like something got very much slowed down for you. I'm getting this too. It's like the sooner you take a break, the sooner you can get back to it, get back moving. But for some reason, the space is very important, or you separating yourself from this thing that causes confusion. This can be an activity that you're doing. This can be like somebody you hang out with. It can be a habit. So many different things. It's something that may feel good in the moment too, but lacks a sense of overall clarity for you, and it may also like get in the way of other things as well within your life. Like it may throw other things like out of whack, out of balance for you. It definitely is like packing a punch. There's an impact here. And you're trying to create balance and harmony actively. It all okay, so I'm seeing that if you listen to what your guides are telling you and you listen to your intuition, this situation is going to end up panning out in your favor. However, if you don't, it's like it all depends on what you do here with what this is that's going on. It's like if you continue to interact within this, like there's some sort of karmic unfolding. If you listen to what your guides say, there's a different type of karmic unfolding. It just all depends on how it is that you're like handling this. How it is that you're deciding to. It's interesting too because like with the devil here and then Jupiter, the devil is Capricorn energy, it's Saturn energy, and Saturn is very restrictive. And it can like have us feeling like we don't have a lot of options and have us very like regimented or like stuck in something. And then Jupiter is very, very like opposite from that. Jupiter wants to expand, it wants to grow, it wants to develop. It's like you can't contain the energy of Jupiter. So to see these two next to each other, there may be something going on like transit wise within your chart as well. Okay. I'm looking at the Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups. There's potential for you to connect with someone, but it seems more like a rendezvous than it does. It looks like much more casual. Very casual, if anything. There's definitely like a lack of like commitment here as well. I'm getting the word casual again. It's like I'm seeing there be potential for something to go on, and it's like you may not have like a committed relationship with this person, but there's potential to connect with them and to go in that direction. But it would be going in a direction of things being more like light, brief, and fun than it would be anything long term. I'm not seeing something long term. I'm seeing this be an option that's being given to you. I'm looking at a very big emphasis on Capricorn. I'm seeing the Sun, I'm seeing Jupiter. It could have also been like unclear to you about what was going on as far as this person's intentions. You may also still be unsure about how you feel towards them. But to have the devil here, it's like there may be something going on behind the scenes or something going on with the shadow work that you're still working through that has not been completely resolved yet. And that may be why you're being guided to take a break. It's like it's like you're in a situation and you are not feeling a sense of peace about it. You feel a lack of clarity, you feel confused, you're having a hard time making a choice, you keep going back and forth. It's like indecisiveness. These things, like, these are signals, these are signs for you to pay attention to, that you need to go back to connect with yourself. Because it even seems like the closer you get, like, towards this thing or towards this person or within this activity, the more enmeshed you get in it, and the more you even feel like you're losing yourself and, like, this connection you have with your intuition. I'm seeing, like, the signal, like, weaken when you, like, go towards the devil here. It may be hard too, because there's, like, an intensity when it comes to, like, the attraction, the draw that you feel towards this person. But you may even feel like it goes against my better judgment to have something go on between the two of us. Like, that may be something that you're thinking, something that you're feeling. You could also be also still attached to the idea of, like, having something long term and having this person show up in a very particular way with you and be desiring that. And, like, I don't know if this just has to do with, like, this person in particular, or this is just, like, a general thing that you want, and maybe that's also something that you're thinking about too. But it seems like, rather than things going with this person or within this particular situation in this, like, ideal way that you want it to, it seems like it's going to be something much more casual and much more short term. And now that that's come to light, you may be rethinking something here. As I said before, I am seeing you have some sort of opportunity being given to you, and that may also be part of why this is coming up now too for you. Because it's like, what do you want to do? Like, how do you want to interact with this person? It's like they're showing up and they're available, but for, like, what exactly are they available for? And, like, are you actually available in that same way? Do you want to be? Is that something that, like, you feel good about yourself when you think about connecting with this person, like, the way that they're offering to? Or is that something that you don't? Like, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? And before you go into a situation too, because I'm seeing something where potentially, if you don't sit with something, you may make an impulsive move and be back into possibly a complicated situation. It even looks like there could be something going on with, like, friends, potentially even, like, a third party, other people, other things that are involved in all of this. It's like, and I mean, this can be, like, family members. It's just because it's not just you and this person, it's like you and this person and, like, other people that are involved in whatever this is. I'm hearing conglomerate. Seems like too many people, too much energy, too much going on. Seeing you be like, I don't know what I want. It's like, on one hand this, on one hand that. It's like this whole going back and forth. the Nine of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. You're being guided to think about it. Think about it, sit with yourself. I know it's not always fun to be like, okay, like let me sit, like let me write down my thoughts, let me journal, let me I'm hearing blog. Maybe for some of you do blog. Whatever it is that helps you connect with yourself and figure out what's really going on. Maybe have a conversation with a friend, have a conversation with yourself. Whatever it is that helps you with your guides. It's going to help you figure something out here that needs to be understood. What I've found most of the time for myself is that when I know that a situation is right intuitively, there's like no hesitance at all. There's like immediate decision making. I don't need time to think about it. I can just feel like when something is right, when something is not right, or I'm being like pushed away from that thing. And usually when we are like so back and forth or so confused or unclear on something, or like indecisive, whatever this is coming down to about this like start, stop, maybe no, yes, kind of, never mind, like that whole thing that's going on, usually when that's happening, it's like your intuition is telling you something and another part of you may be feeling something else, and you may be like turning down the volume of your intuition. Because from like an ego sense or a codependency sense or like a shadow self, you may be wanting to go towards something, and it's like your intuition is here being like, pay attention to this. And that's what it seems like the faltering, why that's happening. Because if you had a clear green light, I think you would have already made the decision. I don't think you would be here feeling the way that you are feeling within this state. I'm hearing don't push through, don't ignore it. I'm looking at Scorpio and Pluto here. Maybe you have some intense synastry contacts with this person as well. Pluto energy can be very, very, I'm hearing cloying. It can be very, very intense, especially from a psychological perspective. It's like feeling like somebody has some strange power over you, in a very peculiar but alluring way. But it can also be very unnerving and very hard to make sense of as well. I keep hearing something about like going back on my word. Maybe you feel like if you do this, you would be going back on your word if that's like something important to you. Maybe this is something sticking out to you. Like when I was in this space, I said like I wouldn't do this or I would do this, and now it's coming up again. So what choice are you going to make? And it's time to like really think about things, about what's going to happen, and like is a change needed? Is this like where the path goes onto an alternate route? Like, do we change the course of things here? And you like really sitting with yourself and analyzing is going to assist you in the most effective and beneficial way. It's going to help you sort through the inner conflict that you're feeling, and you're not going to feel like you're in your head anymore. It is about sitting with yourself and really listening to what you hear. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is, I'm hearing a case. It's like you know what your intuition is telling you, but you may really be fighting yourself on it. And this can be something also going on subconsciously too. It's not always a conscious choice. Especially when, like, in certain ways we're so used to like doing certain things that we want, or it's like I know my limits, like I know that I can push myself this far, and And this may be a situation where you're kind of like recounting and remeasuring like where you have those boundaries and how you're setting them up, and also the basis for how you're coming to those conclusions too. Because the High Priestess knows why you feel conflicted. But it's like this debate, do we listen, do we not listen? What do we do here? Like, I'm even seeing her get like very, very like loud and clear for you about what this is that's happening, what's going on here. You already know what's in alignment for you within this situation, but it may be very different than what you're used to, because it's like the High Priestess is saying, the High Priestess is telling you exactly what you need to hear and what like your higher self is telling you to do. And she's also like, if you do this, that means that we're moving into a cycle like this. And a lot of the time we can be like, no, thank you. I don't really want to go through those changes right now. Because when we experience that Pluto energy, that Scorpio energy of like the death and the rebirth within our lives, that transition, it doesn't feel comfortable. And it can very much feel like a part of you is dying, very much. Like a part of your energy. It really is like part of the ego. But that doesn't make it any less like an attachment, you know? And the falling away of that is very difficult. So I'm seeing something where it's like you have the insight. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to listen to it and follow through. I'm seeing you be like so close on like even the edge of both of them, like teetering back and forth here. I'm seeing there be a very, very big emphasis on Cancer and Moon energy here too. Because we have Scorpio and Pluto next to each other, and we also have the High Priestess, which is the Moon, and we also have Cancer, which is ruled by the Moon. If you look at this from a space of like facing the Judgment card, which means like being ready to go into a situation and to see things for what they are rather than what we want them to be, whatever our agenda is. It's not about like finding support for what you want to do. It's about like really looking into a situation and seeing what it's saying to you, like reading what it's saying to you, interpreting what it's saying to you as objectively as possible, and gaining the clarity and the insight because of that, and then being ready to do something about it, and having the courage to follow through with what you know is right for you. And knowing as well that when you make this choice, this is just another challenge that you are going to persevere through. I'm seeing it's like if you are following what your intuition is telling you, I'm seeing there be a lot of success that is tied with this. It even feels like there's some sort of closure or ending to something that's happening, and you may be closing out a major cycle. This is also about your self-worth, your stability, and how you connect with others, how you connect with yourself, how you connect with others. But it all starts with like your internal value. Okay, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.